have annoyed the teachers enough throughout our junior high and high school years. It is now time to let our underclassmen take over. I guess 13 years is all we really get. Thankfully, our memories will travel with us wherever we go. We thank each and every one of you who have helped us through our journey throughout high school. We thank our parents for giving us the gift of life and so much more. We truly could not have made it this far without you. We thank our grandparents for giving us all of your wise advice and allowing us to look up to you. We thank our staff for believing we are better than we think. We thank our coaches for pushing us to be better than the best. We thank our friends for helping us through the hard times and for being there for the good times. John Green wrote, "The problem is, of course, that there is no way of knowing when the last good day is your last good day. At the time, it is just another good day." So join us as we celebrate one of our last good days together as a class of 2014.
So when I took on the dual role this year for the first time, being superintendent and principal, strangely enough, one of the most frequently asked questions was, what are you going to do at graduation? Nothing else, just what are you going to do at graduation? Traditionally, the principal presents the class to the superintendent, who presents it to the school board. That would make a very weird conversation with myself up here. So we won't do that. And also, we have a senior banquet. The principal usually gives his speech at the senior banquet, and the superintendent gives their speech at the commencement ceremonies. So I promised these seniors I would no longer lecture them, and I would no longer give them speeches. They've heard enough. So I will not give a speech. Instead, I've asked a very special guest to come back, a member of the class of 2008. I wanted someone to come back who represents reaching another milestone in life after high school. So this is a recent graduate from Saginaw Valley State University with a degree in nursing. Please give her a nice round of applause for her accomplishment and welcome her, Cynthia Taggart.
Don't be the person everyone takes to work with, but instead be the one people can depend on to do a good job. And last but not least, enjoy life. These next 2 years are going to be some of the best and worst years of your life. You're going to work harder than you've ever had to work before, but don't forget to enjoy it. A quote I absolutely love says, "Don't get so busy making a living that you forget to make a life." Congratulations, class of 2014. You've all worked so hard to get here, and it's such a huge accomplishment. Keep up the good work, and I wish you all the best of luck in your future endeavors.
If I can have our senior choir members please stand. And join your classmates one last time in performing "I'll Be There." Every year, the senior class gets to choose one staff member to give a commencement speech to them. This year's selection is no surprise. She's been a pivotal member in helping them get to this point. And I'd like to welcome this year's staff member to give the commencement speech, Ms. Carrie Garnett.
I'm pretty short, so I'm going to lower this, okay? Thank you, Mr. Heath. Good evening, everyone. Congratulations, class of 2014. When Mr. Heath told me I had been chosen by the class of 2014 to give their commencement speech, I was first honored and then petrified. What would I say? Where could I find inspiration? And then it came to me. Facebook, of course. So I posted on my page that I had to give this year's commencement speech and asked for suggestions. I received 24 comments because everyone is always willing to give their advice. One of my former high school teachers told me not to blow it. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Some said I should talk about how to predict snow days. If you're a follower on Facebook, you'll get that one. Sorry, Mr. Heath. And some were a little sketchy. Like the one from my friend and former band member from high school who told me to talk about that 1 week at band camp. We'll just skip over that one. And finally, I got a bunch of former Morrice grads telling me how the class of 2014 is great, but how their class was so much better. I appreciated all the suggestions, but I decided to follow my own path and give the senior class bits of wisdom I have picked up over my 29 years of life. Why are you laughing? My first piece of advice is that once you graduate, you're going to have a lot of responsibility in the real world, and you will need to take ownership in all aspects of your education and your career. I highly advise you not to ask your boss or professor certain questions that you seem to have enjoyed asking your teachers the last 6 years of your Morrice career. So here they are. The top 10 questions never to ask your boss or your professor. Number 10, can I borrow a pencil? Number 9, is this going to be graded? Number 8, do we have to do anything today? Number 7, can I listen to my music on my cell phone while you give your lecture? Number 6, I got home really late from a concert last night. Could I turn in my assignment tomorrow? Number 5, do we have to take notes? Number 4, why do we have to learn this? Number 3, do you have anything to eat? Yeah, I ate it. Number 2, I don't like assigned seats, so can I sit next to my friends all hour? And the number 1 question never to ask your boss or professor is, can I sleep today? My next piece of advice is never doubt that you can make a difference to someone, somewhere, at some point in your life. Many commencement speakers tell students to go out and change the world. All I'm asking is that you make it a little bit better than it was before. Just because you come from a small town in a small school doesn't mean you can't accomplish big things. Bette Reese, a successful businesswoman, once said, if you think you are too small to be effective, you have never been in bed with a mosquito. This small graduating class sitting in front of you tonight has accomplished some really impressive and memorable moments. They made a difference to someone, somewhere, at some point in their lives. Let's start with senior Maddie Monroe and her sister Avery, organizing a powder puff football game this past fall to raise money for their teacher, Kim Yonkman. 2 young adults had a selfless idea, and this idea came to fruition, involving hundreds of students, staff, and community members to help support the cause. They made Kim and her family's world a little bit better. And what about the 4 seniors, Cody, Kendra, Marilyn, and Griffin, who worked 3 blood drives here at our school showing exemplary service to the Red Cross? Among these 4 young men and women, they saved 117 lives over their time in NHS. They made a difference 1 blood drive at a time. And who will ever forget the Morrice girls district championship game against Lansing Christian? Trailing 21-9 at the half, Morrice came back to take a 1-point lead with seconds to go. I have never seen our two seniors, Barbie or Maddie, play with such grit and determination. Even though the scoreboard showed a loss at the end of the game, all of us packed in the Orioles nest realized the entire team gave their best effort and were the true winners that night. That's a win in my book every time. And speaking of basketball, our senior boys, Connor, Cody, Jake, Joey, Ron, and Griffin, gave us all a thrill when they contributed to winning a district title and took the team to its first regional final in over 30 years. Nothing like a little homegrown talent to take us to a big-time game. Who knows the influence these athletes had on our future little Orioles sitting in the stands watching them play their hearts out. My last piece of advice comes from the very wise Abraham Lincoln. Whatever you are, be a good one. If you are a leader, be a good one. If you are a follower, be a good one. Pursue your dreams, whether it is in pre-med, nursing, criminal justice, business, auto and diesel, welding, cosmetology, the military, agriculture, journalism, an athletic trainer, or working for Consumers Energy. Follow your passion. Stay true to yourself. Never follow someone else's path, unless you're in the woods and you're lost, and you see a path, then by all means you should follow that path. So, to the graduating class of 2014, I leave you with this. Where does fortune teller Darnie get all of her wisdom? Why, the Magic 8 Ball, of course. Magic 8 Ball. If the class of 2014 follows Miss D's advice to be responsible and to take ownership, to make the world a little bit better for someone else, to follow their passion and be good at whatever they do, will they be successful? Without a doubt. Congratulations, class of 2014.
Tonight's senior address is Kendra Miller.
Good evening and welcome family, friends, and faculty. I would like to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. You are the people who are here for us through all these years. You are the people at all our school events and driving us long distance for all our sporting competitions. You were the people who were there when we needed some help or a little shove in the right direction. None of us would be here if it weren't for you guys, who pushed us to become the best we could be in life. I would also like to thank the sidewalks for keeping us all off the streets. The Morrice class of 2014 has been like a family, some of us being here since kindergarten and others joining us along the way. Our class did not always get along, but in times of need we banded together. We could trash on one another, but once an outsider trashed on us, we were like a pack of wolves. We spent countless hours together in classrooms, on the field, at bonfires, and many other places, laughing and enjoying our time together, which none of us realized would go by so fast. Our family will break off after tonight. We will all go our separate ways in these next few months. But I beg all of you to not forget the amazing memories this place left you with. Don't forget the late nights with friends, or the sporting events we cheered or played our hearts out at. But I ask you really not to forget the life lessons this school brought to you. This school may be small, but we can all make a difference in this world. J.R.R. Tolkien once said, even the smallest person can change the course of history. So my challenge to all of you in the class of 2014 is go out into the real world with the mindset that you will make an impact and you will make a difference. Knowledge can only get you so far in life. You need to have motivation to become everything you have dreamed of and to push yourself until you reach all your goals. I would like to end by telling you all to enjoy life no matter how twisted it gets. And as Stephen Chbosky said, these will all be stories someday, and our pictures will become old photographs, and we will all become someone's mom or dad someday. But right now, these moments are not stories. This is happening. Stephen Chbosky was right. Life is happening right before your eyes. Don't miss out on it. Thank you all again for joining us here tonight, and congratulations to my fellow classmates for all they have accomplished and all they will continue to accomplish in the future. Good luck.
To give our president's address is Connor Green.
Good evening. First off, Mr. Arnold, that was awesome. Thank you. On behalf of the class of 2014, I'd like to thank all of you for being here tonight. On behalf of my class, we thank all of our teachers, parents, friends, coaches, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and siblings, and any other person who has bestowed important life lessons upon us. Each of you have impacted our lives in one way or another, in or out of school. Without each of you, we couldn't be here tonight. Thank you. Throughout the years at Morrice, our class has been extremely close. 18 out of 38 graduates tonight have been together through kindergarten through our senior year. Morrice, being a small school, has given us the opportunity to get to know all of our classmates quite well. You don't get that kind of experience at any other school. The class of 2014 has become one big family. It feels great to be graduating with 38 people that I can call friends, rather than faces that I've just seen in the hallways a time or two. It also is a good feeling knowing that all of our teachers know us by name and not just reading from an attendance sheet. Teachers at Morrice are able to have a conversation with us because they know us personally. The teachers and staff at Morrice don't just teach us because it's their job. They teach us because they care about us and they want us to succeed in life and at everything we do. The community of Morrice has always had our back, and everything from supporting the Field of Dreams to donating at National Honor Society and blood drives, and attending and supporting our teams in a big way at sporting events. The atmosphere of this support is what makes Morrice, Morrice. Morrice has been home to many of the 2014 graduates for as long as we can remember. Through the years of Morrice, we have made so many great memories and great friendships. Our class has always gotten along together despite some differences. We all know who the brainiacs are, who's going to be the pro athletes, and who can always make you smile and laugh. We will always remember the memories we made at Morrice, like the time Joe stood up in the back of Mr. Kincaid's class on top of the table and started dancing. Always remember that one. Or like the time that our boys won districts and then went down and got a regional win. That's awesome. As we're about to leave a place we've called home for years, as Morrice High School alumni, I'd like to wish all of you the best of luck and hope you succeed in everything you do. It has been a great honor to serve as your class president. Life will bring you new obstacles, new friends, and new opportunities. And we'll go our separate ways, but we will always belong to our family, class of 2014. Don't ever forget that. I know each and every one of you have the potential to do great things. As Dr. Seuss said, you have the brains in your head, you have the feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're the only, wow. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you're the guy who will decide where to go. Thank you for all the memories and great friendships. Good luck to the class of 2014, and just remember, wise words of journey. Any way you want it, if that's the way you need it. Thank you. God bless.
The band will now perform the theme from the New World Symphony. This year we had our third annual senior awards banquet, where our seniors received all of the awards and scholarships that they received at graduation in the past. At this time, please turn your attention to the orange piece of paper in tonight's program. This is where you will see a list showing some of the many awards and scholarships that our seniors have received. How about a nice round of applause for our recognized seniors? I would also like to recognize our top 5 honor seniors, or as they like to be referred, the Fat Five. To be recognized as an honor senior, you must have a 3.5 GPA or higher. Please hold your applause to all 5 seniors who are standing. Griffin Lewis, Mackenzie Wilson, Cody Rivers, Marilyn Decker, and this year's top senior, Kendra Miller. Seniors, please stand and move to the reserve section. We'd like to give a special thank you to Carrie Jones and our art students for putting together that slideshow presentation. On behalf of Morrice High School faculty, it is my pleasure to present for graduation the senior class of 2014. To the Board of Education, I present these young adults. They have satisfactorily completed your requirements and those of the state of Michigan. The laws of the state place on the superintendent of schools the obligation of determining the promotion and retention of pupils under its jurisdiction. By virtue of the laws of the state and the authority vested in the superintendent by the Board of Education of this school district, and upon the recommendation of myself and the faculty, I charge you, members of the graduating class of 2014, with the obligations and responsibilities of educated persons, and declare to you the rights and honors of high school graduates. You are herewith graduated and may come forward to receive your diploma. You will receive your diploma from a member of the Morrice Area Schools Board of Education. The first person to receive their diploma will be this year's class president, Connor Fitzgerald Green, son of Pat and Bonnie Green.
Front row, please stand. Barbara Ann Broomfield, daughter of Bill and Linda Broomfield. Daughter of both parents, Jamie and Annie Carpenter. Sydney Caitlin Rood, daughter of Mark and Lynette Rood. Griffin Douglas Lewis, son of Doug and Cheryl Lewis. John Wilson, daughter of Bill and Brenda Wilson. and Vanessa Decker. Sue Miller, daughter of Brian and Krista Miller. Sierra Wynn Ruber, daughter of Heather Swartz and Matthew Ruber. Madison Jean Monroe, daughter of Jean and Shelley Monroe. Ronald Michael Hubble, son of daughter of Todd and Cindy DeLue. Jacob Wyatt Binshaw, son of Monique Louise Miller, daughter of Jamie and Matt Bowers and Guy Wilson. Evelyn Riviere Galloway, niece of Chris and Jenny Shire. Ann Harrington, daughter of the late Terry Richard and granddaughter of Chris and Will Robinson. Front row, please be seated. Back row, please stand. Tyler Ray Proudfoot, son of Dan and Melissa. Joshua Robert McGahee, son of John and Suzanne McGahee. Trevor Lee Seifert, son of Donna Lamar. Shane Patrick Rowe, son of Lisa Grover. Adam Michael Sim, son of Denise Geringer and the late Brian Sim. Olivia Hampton, daughter of Michelle and Don DeShepper and Richard Hampton. Emma Mae Smith, daughter of Leah Smith and Matt Smith. Jean Patterson, daughter of Mike and Heather Patterson. Joseph Copeland, son of Mike and Kelly. Brittany Nicole Wilson, daughter of John and Cantina Wilson. Martina Karine Harmon, daughter of Heidi Amos and Brian Harmon. Samuel George Coy, son of Steve and Tammy Coy. Connor Andrew Riley, son of Andrew and Monica Riley. Renee Brand, daughter of Bill and Bobby Brand. Charles Rickman. Aiden Dale Jackson, son of Bill and Tina Jackson. Front row, please stand. Seniors, you may now move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations.
Seniors, could be seated. To give tonight's farewell speech will be Sidney Root.
Friends, families, teachers, and administrators, welcome. We finally graduated, can you believe it? 4 years ago, many of us walked through these halls as nervous as we were the first day of school. We were freshmen, the lowest of the high school totem pole, rushing around not really knowing what we were doing. Now, just 4 years later, we look at how far we've gotten and how much we've changed to become the young adults who we are today. As we look back, it seems like every high school year has pretty much ended the same. Final exams, warmer weather finally, and countdowns to summer, up until this year. This year, as second semester rolled around and we were all itching with senioritis, we had a new countdown to consider. How many days left until graduation? That was now the real question. And now, the countdown has ultimately come to an end. And here we are tonight, finally at our high school graduation. Today is not only the end to an amazing chapter in our lives, but also the beginning of a whole new chapter. One that we've all been anticipating for some time now, in both good ways and bad. While some of us will be heading off to college in the fall, others may go directly into the workforce, into a branch of the armed service, or maybe even take a year off to really decide what to do. No matter where we go or where life takes us, however, as we say goodbye to Morrice High School tonight, we know that this small school will definitely never be forgotten. This is where we've grown up, where we've made lifelong friends, and where we've made everlasting memories, which we will always look back on. Though it may seem hard to specifically remember at times, we have all influenced and been influenced by each other. As cliche as it may sound, I know for certain I wouldn't be the person who I am today had it not been for those people that have been with me within these last 4 years. The people that have supported me when times got rough, the countless laughs and conversations with those that made me eager to return to school in the fall, and the advice given to me that has helped me shape my decisions throughout my high school career. My hope tonight is that I have given back to all of you even a fraction of what you've all given to me. In the future, our dreams will differ and our paths may part, but we will still remain unified in the aspect of attaining our goals. And if, in the future, you ever begin to question the worthiness of your goals or your ability to reach them, I hope you remember that it doesn't matter how high our arms can reach, but that we never let them fall. Leaving high school tonight has definitely been a bittersweet transition for most of us, I'm sure. We're all ready to jump in the world feet first. However, none of us know what the world has in store for us. All we can do is take it day by day and shoot for the stars. That being said, I leave you tonight with this quote by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I hope you live a life you're proud of. If you find that you're not, I hope you have the strength to start all over again. Congratulations and good luck to all of us in the Morrice class of 2014.
I'd like everybody to please stand.
So tiny. You're so tiny. You're so tiny.
give tonight's closing a very excited young man to his speech. Mr. Griffin Lewis.
With the class of 2014 high school career coming to an end tonight, it is my great pleasure to say the final words. We thank our teachers, families, and friends for helping us down the path of education, sharing many memories, emotions, and even laughing and crying through everything that has bonded us in some way. Now we stand on the threshold of the real adult life. From this moment on, no one will give us an A or an F for our homework or evaluate our progress. We are free to go our own way, and it will be absolutely different from everyone. Many heading off to college, others starting to work right away. You keep on smiling to the end, you know from Morrice you always have a friend. The lively Tupac Shakur once said, "It's a game of life. Do you win or do you lose? One day they're going to shut the game down, but you got to have fun and go around the board as many times as you can before it's your turn to leave." With the game of high school closing and the game of reality starting, ask yourself, how many times do you go around the board while having fun? With that said, the class of 2014 leaves with just one word: deuces.
Graduates, please stand. I now present to you the class of 2014. Gradually, now stand and meet the graduates out.